making a run at it, aren't you? Rolling up a steak and going to Vegas.
The #1 poker internet show is now on the radio. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. For the next 60 minutes, we're going to talk poker news, entertainment, and have lots of Sin City surprises. The phone lines are open at 731-1230. That's 731-1230. Or toll-free. 1-866-820-5528. That's 1-866-820-KLAV. Now, let's bring on the host. He's going all in. Here is Mark Hoke.
Hey, happy pre-Thanksgiving, everybody. Welcome to the Mark Hoke Show here on KLAV 1230 AM. It is the talk of Las Vegas. There's no question about it. Right, Joe?
It is.
You bet.
Great show.
Well, thank you. It's awfully kind of you to say.
I've been honored to be here, especially with the panel that you have assembled here today.
What an amazing group of people. I'll tell you what, I feel super ugly today. I wake up in the morning and I'm kind of like, I am who I am.
I think you and I should have a bag over our head today.
I would agree, Joe, no doubt. Well, we have Joe Payne from the Nevada Poker League here and Terrence Chan, who is the Director of Player Ops for Ultimate Poker. Terrence, happy to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's good to be here.
See, I have to say really nice things about Terrence because not only is he an incredible poker player, but he can hurt me very, very badly.
But I never would. I wouldn't even consider it.
Really?
I couldn't touch you. I couldn't lay a finger on you.
I don't know about that. I think I could probably do something to provoke if I really wanted to. I'm not going to though. I'm playing it smart. Annie Lepage is here too. Hi, Annie. How are you?
Hello.
Yeah, and you got to move in a little closer there. There you go.
Hi.
That's it. There we
That's
go.
Better.
Joining us here as well today on the show. So happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys. Happy to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us. So we appreciate it. Boy, I'll tell you what, some people winning money, but a lot of outstanding things going on in the poker world right now. And we're going to get into the news in just a second. But of course, we want to make sure that we thank all of our great sponsors of the show. There's about 1 million of them. Of course, the Mark Hoke Show is powered by BlueRail.net and brought to you by Blind Squirrel Apparel, Off Tilt Poker Tables, Team Poker Joker, Poker Plays You Can Use by Doug Hull, Final 9 Comic, Arctic Blue Cooling Towels, Double Digit Covers, 3Bet Clothing, and RogueWire.com. Okay, I'm going to breathe again. Anybody hear that one more time? No? I'm done. I'm good. But we want to thank all of our great sponsors for backing the show. We do appreciate it. And hey, Black Friday's coming up. Some great deals out there for you. We'll break those down as we go through the show. But, don't spend your time out, midnight and hanging out outside of Target or something crazy like that. Buy some stuff from our sponsors. We'll take care of you. Promise. Right, Joe?
Absolutely.
I always forget that Black Friday refers to something other than internet poker.
I know.
It sounds so weird when you say that.
I know.
Again?
Yeah.
It's like, no, no, not twice. All right. Well, we want to get into the news. And, of course, the news brought to you by Poker News. So let's get into the read.
Scanning the poker tables from around the world. This is The Read, brought to you by PokerNews.com.
Some great wins for people out there over this past week. Sorrel Mizzy taking down the Party Poker Premier League 7. Knocked off my buddy Jeff Gross. That wasn't cool. But hey, good for Sorrel. $466,000 going his way. Very impressive win for him. We also had Tony Dunst, of course, does the Raw Deal segment in the live stream for WPT, taken down the Caribbean WPT Caribbean event there in St. Kitts, winning his first WPT championship. One of the most polarizing figures in poker. But honestly, guys, he's pretty cool.
He's a good guy. I don't know. Why would you say he's polarizing? Are there people out there who don't like him?
A few.
Really?
A few. Yeah, they think he's a little tough sometimes, but that's...
Really? I think he's such a nice guy.
He is. He puts up that image. He comes
He
up with that...
dresses nice too. I think he's good for poker.
I've never seen him without a suit, I think.
I did, but he was playing cash games. And it was kind of, it took me a minute to recognize him. I was like, is that him?
I know. It's crazy. I wish more people would dress like Tony at the table.
Right,
so.
right.
Yeah, but huge congratulations to Tony Dunst winning his first World Poker Tour title. We had Ron Bell winning the Heartland Poker Tour Championship. But even bigger than that, did you guys see who was Player of the Year? Did you see it? the chainsaw, Alan Kessler, has won the Player of the Year award. And actually I interviewed him on my RogueWire show on Sunday, almost right after he busted out of the last tournament. But Alan Kessler, the HPT Player of the Year, who would have thought that?
I'm sure he won't stop reminding us for a while.
No,
Yeah.
About that one.
He does get a lot of flack on the message boards. It's like a lot of people just don't like Alan, and I'm not sure why.
Yeah,
Well-
there's a polarizing figure.
Yeah, I mean, well, you look at both of those guys, and they're very opinionated.
Yeah.
And when you are willing to take a strong stand, you're going to have people on the other side that are going to go after you a little bit. And
For sure.
yeah, and and Alan keeps that nitty image up. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, Alan. Guys like Alan are good. Are good for the game because they kind of keep things in check. Nobody can get too far out of line because Chainsaw will be out there and he's got the best interest of the game at heart. But a lot of the times people think he complains too much. He could let a few of his battles go because if you're just crying about every little thing, then sometimes the big issues get missed. And guys like Chainsaw are ultimately good for the game. They're a check and balance.
Yeah, sometimes if he communicated a little bit better.
Yeah.
Just
no
a
doubt
little.
about that.
He's
He
not this.
he deserves it, though. He plays so much, and he really loves the game and does whatever he can for the game. So I think it's well deserved, even though some people might not agree or whatever because of his opinions. I think the guy has really put his heart out in the game for years. So
Absolutely.
it's well deserved.
Yeah, 4 top 10 finishes out there in the Heartland Poker Tour for him. That's impressive.
Yes.
And it was funny when we talked to him on the show, he was actually saying how a friend of his was playing just about every Heartland event, trying to accumulate points, and Alan played about a third of the events he did and took it down and beat him. It was kind of a tough break there, but Alan can buy a few extra drinks now that he's the Heartland Poker Tour Player of the Year.
Alan doesn't pay for drinks.
That is a good point. That is a good point. He doesn't pay for anything. I what I really want to do with him? I want to go out for about a week and just hang out with him and see his routine. I mean, for those that don't know, Alan is the master of the comp. This man doesn't pay for anything. Buffets, drinks, whatever, and just destroys the video poker games. I don't know how he does it, but I think
He plays so many at a time. I saw him once, and he had like this whole setup. That was crazy. I was like, how do you keep track?
I know he's incredible. So I told him he's got to write a book. He has to. I mean, the casinos would hate that because Alan just cleans them out. So in other news, very interesting happening, just broke today that Bodog had their Asian offices raided in the Philippines. They haven't exactly established why that happened, but Bodog having a little trouble down there. So good luck to them with all that. A lot of it's people saying it's politically motivated, but who knows?
Is Black Friday Asian style? Is that what happened?
It could be. I don't know, but they had several employees sequestered in a boardroom for nearly 8 hours as police were collecting names and addresses. They said the motivation behind the raids weren't immediately known. It was either politically motivated or the police were investigating whether or not Bodog was offering illegal gambling in the Philippines. I don't think that would be a good place to get in trouble. The Philippines doesn't sound like it would be a really nice place to be stuck in the criminal system.
No, they're pretty tough up there.
Yeah, I'll pass on that. So tough break there for Bodog as they keep doing their thing. But of course, the biggest news of the week was the launch of online gaming in New Jersey. Yep. Unbelievable how that's going. And of course, it's not just poker out there. We've got video poker and slots and blackjack, all sorts of stuff happening out there. And of course, Terrence and Ultimate Poker right in the middle of that. So we're going to get to talk to them about that. But pretty exciting day in New Jersey. And tell us a little bit about how the launch went, Terrence.
Yeah, we had a 5-day what's called a soft launch. Basically, we had to limit it to 500 simultaneous players. We did that for about 5 days, and then on Monday we went live for real. So right at 12:01 a.m. Eastern time, we went live for full casino. We had Dana White, president of the UFC, playing poker on there. We had Jay Wow from the Jersey Shore. We had Frank Edgar, a former UFC champion. Those guys were all playing at Ultimate Casino simultaneously. Dana, of course, we know him in Vegas for playing big money, high stakes blackjack here in Vegas. He kept it down to a reasonable $1,000 a hand and took it easy on us at Ultimate Casino. And I think he beat us for about 8,000 or 10,000 or something like that.
Wow!
So we got some really good PR out of that. So the launch has been crazy busy. Lots of people trying to play. Our media's coming out there in New Jersey. We're on our TV and our print media and in radio and all of that kind of stuff out there in New Jersey. So big spends coming up there, and it's going to be an interesting battleground because when we launched in New Jersey, we were the only players in town, but when we're in Nevada, we're going up against 4 or 5 other operators as well. So it's definitely going to be a battle out there.
Yeah, and I think it's the fascinating part about this launch is when you add in the component of the other games being available. What were some of the considerations you guys had to take into account when you were getting ready to do that, as opposed to just doing poker?
Sure. So our poker software is our own unique poker software. We built it in-house, but we didn't have the ability to create a full suite of casino games all at once. So we went to some of the big names in there, IGT, Shuffle Master, and integrated their software with Ultimate Casino. So if you go to ucasino.com, and you're in New Jersey, you can play these IGT games, these Shuffle Master games that people are already familiar with in the slots. If you walk into any brick and mortar casino, you see the Cleopatra slots or the Ghostbusters and all those kind of people's favorites, and they'll be able to play those at home from online. We obviously wouldn't be able to create those in-house. So, it's a lot of integrations with third party is probably the most interesting challenge.
Yeah, it is going to be fun to see how that all turns out, because I know the state of New Jersey is looking for a ton of money out of this. So we'll see if they can pull it off.
And then if New Jersey does well, I'm sure all the neighboring states will sort of look and say, like, look where this money is coming from. There's no reason that Pennsylvania, which is expanding into the casino industry, wouldn't want to do that as well.
I agree. As a resident of PA, trust me, they'll eat it up. By the way, we have our Grindette segment. Katie Stone is on the line. Let's say hi to Katie. Katie, how are you?
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Very well, thank you. And as a former New Jersey resident, I'm sure you're pretty excited about what's going on out there with the online launches. So what have you heard?
Yeah, definitely I am. I mean, not really former, but I'm from there originally and grew up there. And then I'm there like a few months of the year. Actually, we'll be there for 2 months. So get there like in about a week, and we'll get to try the software. It's going to be pretty cool.
What has been the initial buzz amongst the poker community about this? Because I know some players are out there for Borgata right now, so I'm guessing a lot of players got to check it out. What are you hearing?
Yeah, super excited. Everybody's really just kind of anxious and wanting to see how it's going to be. I mean, obviously there's going to be glitches and like I saw like on Twitter there were some location issues, but everything. Nothing is perfect when it starts right away, so I think it's important for people to remember that. I just think it's really great that, people who didn't move out of the country are, once again, after a couple of years, getting to play online, and I'm just happy that they're able to do that again.
Are we going to start seeing a migration of players going into New Jersey now that this is open? Obviously the player pool is going to be a lot bigger than it was in Nevada. Do you think New Jersey now becomes, at least for the moment, the site for online poker players to go and live at this point?
I think it's a good option for sure. I mean, New Jersey is it's a good location anyway, just because it's close to AC casinos, it's close to the Philadelphia casinos, it's relatively close to Foxwoods. So if you're a poker player and you were playing online, it kind of would make sense to be in New Jersey, at least for now. I mean, there's not that many people that can just pick up and move to New Jersey for 6 months to see how it's going to be, but I would think that would be a good thing to do. It's kind of what we're doing too. We spend half the year in Mexico and the other half of the year in New Jersey and Vegas. So it's going to be really interesting for us as being primarily online players in Mexico to see what kind of volume you'll be able to get in and what the prize pools will look like. And it'll be interesting to see how quickly they grow.
So, Katie, what are your plans for Thanksgiving? I know the Grindettes are all over the country right now. What's happening with you guys for Thanksgiving coming up?
I think everybody, Katie Dozier and I are in Mexico, and Jamie, I think, is at Mohegan, and I'm not sure where Jennifer is right now, but there's a big group of poker players getting together tomorrow here in Rosarito. We did the same thing last year here, and it's a lot of fun. We just kind of all bring stuff, and everybody gets together, and we make our own little dinner. Well, it's actually pretty big, but just getting together with friends, so it'll be nice.
Well, we would all love to be down there celebrating with you, but hopefully all of you guys are going to be able to come back home soon, thanks to sites like Ultimate Poker getting the job done. So
We're doing back. We're bringing American poker players back to America.
Yeah, there we go. Well, Katie, thank you so much for calling in. I want to wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving. Tell everybody down there we said hi on behalf of the show, and I wish you all the best. We'll talk to you again next week.
I will. Thanks, Mark. Happy holidays. Talk to you later.
You got it. Katie
Bye,
Stone
Katie.
of the Grindettes, everybody. And make sure you go to follow those wonderful ladies at Grindettes on Twitter, also the Grindettes on Facebook, and the website grindettes.com. All right, we're going to step back and take a break, and Annie is just ready to fire off about everything she's got going on, too. Some pretty exciting stuff that she's been doing here in Las Vegas we're going to talk about. So stick around. We'll be right back.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water, and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing, when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
Join us on Saturday, November 30th for an outstanding day of poker excitement. It's Lane Flack's On Tilt Poker Throwdown 2013 at the Golden Nugget in Las Vegas to benefit the Southern Nevada Bully Breed Rescue and the Las Vegas Boxer Rescue. Brought to you by On Tilt Merchandisers and Rockwell Watches. The Poker Throwdown features a unique 5-team format plus individual participation as well. Team up with a poker pro or celebrity and take your shot at winning it all. Red carpet photos, silent auctions, great poker action, and a VIP after party await you at the poker charity event of the year. Visit pokerthrowdown.net for more information and join Lane Flack at the Golden Nugget on Saturday, November 30th for the On Tilt Poker Throwdown.
Want to be a millionaire? Then see if you can become fantasy sports royalty in the 2013 Fantasy Football Millionaire Grand Final at DraftKings.com. Play for free or in paid contests for real money, plus games last one day, so there's no long-term commitment. Thousands of winners have won over 10 million prizes on DraftKings.com, and now it's your turn to cash in. Go to DraftKings.com right now, enter the promo code Hoke, and get a 100% deposit bonus and a free entry into the Millionaire Grand Final qualifier. So don't wait. Crown yourself the king of fantasy sports at DraftKings.com.
When it comes to custom poker tables, why would you buy something someone else designed and even named for their sales or marketing purposes?
The Nighthawk, the Gambler, the Big Slick, the Nuts.
Sure, you can customize it if you want, as long as you choose between black, red, or even green cloth, but that's about it. When you choose to play off tilt, it's not just another table, it's your table. The same price gets you a fully custom designed table that reflects your style and game. Off tilt makes it easy to design a truly one-of-a-kind custom poker table that'll give you home table advantage. Sure, Off Tilt could name their tables for marketing purposes, but why? It's not ours. We don't play on it. And to be honest, there are over 1,000 named Off Tilt tables worldwide, including the WSOP, the Deep Stacks Poker Tour, the Jonathan Papelbon, as well as Julie's, Chris's, Scott's, Amber's, Tristan's, just to name a few. So let us add your name to the list and deliver a truly custom-crafted, furniture-quality poker table worthy of your game. Visit www.offtiltpokertables.com or call Brian Knott today at 262-490-3812. We'll show you why Off Tilt is the only way to play.
Win your share of $50,000 in cash and prizes and get into the game for free with the Nevada Poker League. NPL has 17 locations in the Las Vegas area for you to play poker with your friends and neighbors. New season starts early October. Find a location near you at NevadaPokerLeague.com and get in the action tonight.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel apparel.
Now, let's return to the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah, you can't get rid of me. Haha. That's why I put my name on the show. You're kind of stuck with it. But hey, thanks for being with us here. We are having a great time. We got Joe Payne, Terrence Chan, Annie Lepage here. And got to make sure I mention, coming up on the 30th, this weekend, is the Poker Throwdown. Great charity tournament. Elaine Flack and the whole gang are going to be out there at the Golden Nugget. So make sure you check that out at pokerthrowdown.net. Supporting a couple of great animal rescues here in Nevada. So hop on in, help a great cause, and save some of those puppies. Hey, Annie, you're into that stuff a lot, aren't you?
I'm a big animal activist.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and of course, what you've been doing here lately, which the business that you started and the cookbook. I mean, this has been something very special for you. Tell everybody a little bit about what you've been doing.
Well, last summer I was making meal plans for the players for the World Series. I usually play the World Series, and last year I decided I wanted to work on my cookbook and I wanted to maybe start a business. So I took a little step back from poker and did that. And before you know, I had a lot of the big names in poker were buying my food. I had a bunch of people doing final tables and saying how great they felt with my food, and it's just like, it made me feel really good. So now I'm focusing. I kind of put that side away for now, the meal plans, because it's very time consuming. I might do it again shortly, but right now I want to focus on getting my cookbook out. It's almost done. I only have a few more photo shoots to do, and then it's ready to go. So probably end of January, I think, maybe February, it'll be ready to launch. So that's really exciting. It's going to be a big project because there's pictures throughout the book. I always felt like, you buy a book, you want to see what it looks like. And a lot of people mentioned to me, like Joe was just saying to me, that, the picture looked good. And even if they're not vegan, because it's a vegan cookbook, they want to eat the food. So that's pretty much the goal, is to get people to try it, to maybe do a Meatless Monday or eat it once in a while. Because a lot of my customers last summer throughout the series, they're not vegan. They just like to eat my food maybe for lunch or for dinner, or once a day, something. And it just adds a lot of nutrients and and it's very energetic food, because it's very pure. So it's just good.
And honestly, we heard about All-American Dave the year before at the World Series, but your food was getting such a great buzz out there. I mean, everybody was telling me how amazing it was. And, of course, the guys that are, your diehard steak eaters, like, oh, vegan. But I have to tell you, from what everyone said to me, the food is fantastic.
Thank you.
So,
yeah, I had some meat.
Out?
I had some people that are total meat eater, and they like the Brunsons, and they liked my food. So it's like, it's just, it makes you feel good to know that, you can bring something different to someone who's a meat and potato type of guy, and they'll be like, wow, okay, this is good, I can do this. They wouldn't do it full time because they still like their meat, but it's just, I think, bringing variety to your food. If you only eat meat and potato, you're going to get sick. It's just no way about it. It's not a good, healthy diet. You have to have nutrients, and a lot of people don't eat enough beans. They don't eat enough greens. They don't eat enough variety. So it's just good to mix it up.
Yeah, and being in the poker industry, and Terrence doing the MMA fighting that you do as well, it's very important that you have a good nutritional balance, especially when you're going at it for 12 hours, 13 hours at a poker table. Having a meal like that is really going to help you out a lot getting through that day, as opposed to getting loaded down with all the junk they serve at the poker kitchen and so on. So
yeah, and it's being delivered to your table just before the tournament break starts. So the nice thing about it is you can eat it and just enjoy your break and not have to rush somewhere and try to figure out what you're going to do for dinner or lunch, and you just can relax. And not some of my clients would just go to the spa and enjoy the spa during their lunch because they had their food and they could take an hour and just relax at the spa.
I was familiar with people who were starting to use their lunch breaks to go to the gym at the Rio now in the World Series because they're just going to eat while they play. So that's you kind of get both of your aspect of that. You don't actually have to eat on your dinner break. You can actually go to the gym, and I thought that's a really brilliant idea. You get food delivered to you at the table. But like you're saying, Mark, there's sort of no excuse to sort of eat the Pizza Hut in the hallway at the Rio now because you've got Annie, you've got All American Dave, you've got all these various food options that are actually reasonable. And if you're gonna play like a $2,500 buy-in tournament, you probably shouldn't try to save like $5 and eat some pizza out of the hallway. You're probably better off performing a little bit better by eating food that's actually been prepared properly, and and then doing your best when you're getting into like a 600, 1,200 level late at night or something like that.
Yeah, because that's something that I don't think a lot of players take into account is that when you get that first lunch break, in the early afternoon, if you go and load up with something that is not good for you, is going to sit there and rot in your stomach and take up all that energy as you're trying to play poker, it's going to take your level of sharpness and awareness down, and you're not going to feel the way you need to feel to get through a full day like that.
It definitely affects your stamina, that's for sure. The digestion is so much work on your system that it'll slow you down, so if your body doesn't have to focus so hard on digesting hard to digest food, it can focus on being alert, being awake, counting, whatever you need to do. It can do that. But if your body is taking all of your energy trying to digest, you're going to be in that what we call food coma, and it's really hard to make good decisions, because you're just tired.
Poker players are notorious for having real bad eating habits. And what Annie fails to, and I guess she doesn't want to toot her own horn, her food, the plays that she was serving during the World Series, had an incredible finish record of making multiple final tables. So that alone says a lot about what Annie is serving. She's not serving foods that are going to wear you down and make you tired. Annie, how many players did you actually serve that went on while they were eating your food that made actually final tables at the World Series?
I had three deep finished final table. I had a lot of cashes. But the thing is, I'm not like a restaurant, so I was just having a certain amount of clients per day.
Your clientele was very small.
Yeah, because I can only do so much,
exactly.
Like I was by myself cooking. So considering the amount of clients I had, that was a huge percentage.
Absolutely. Congratulations. That's
Thank you.
It's great news for your cooking and your food. I mean, because we all know that playing 12, 13 hours is a drag to begin with, and if you're not nourishing yourself properly, it becomes really a chore to stay alert, and as Terrence said, in the later levels, as the blind levels get up there.
Yeah, and same thing online too. I mean, if you're sitting around in a chair for on a Sunday grind all day long, that's something that's going to help out. Absolutely.
I feel like I've mastered though the ability to cook a meal on a 5-minute break on an internet break over the year. So many years I've played so many online tournaments that it was like, oh well, with 10 minutes left before the break, I'll start turning the stove on, and then I'm actually starting to manage that part pretty well.
I plan a day ahead. I'll usually go and,
that's probably
and
smarter,
make sure I have what I have and it's all ready to go, so I can just eat it during my break. And I always have it planned because I know if I play online, it's going to be a drag to figure out food. So
now, do we have any good recipes posted anywhere that you want to share for Thanksgiving? Because everybody's always looking for that big side dish that's going to blow everybody away. What's out there that you might want to recommend?
I used to have a website called justveganizeit.blogspot.com, and I was posting, but my style of cooking has changed a lot. It was a lot more the food back then was just a little more using pre-made stuff and like the fake meats and all that. Now it's very clean. I do my own flour, I do my own milk, I do my own everything. Like everything is made like the purest you can find, and it's really not long to make. It looks like it would be a drag, but it's actually not long to make. So my food has changed a lot, and I've been really busy lately, but I do want to start posting on that website again. So I was actually thinking of doing a recipe this week and posting it. I just haven't had a chance to do it because I'm doing a big Thanksgiving dinner.
Join
So
the
it
club,
might
yeah.
have to wait after Thanksgiving. I might post one of the recipe that I made. But yeah, I'm going to be posting hopefully like something like a meatless Monday recipe or something like that. It definitely, I do want to do that. I was focusing on my cookbook first and putting all the recipe out there for it, but that's done. So I can definitely like add new stuff now into that website.
So when are we going to see the cookbook?
The cookbook should be ready in January, maybe February. I have like 5 more photo shoots to do. It's just a little hard to schedule because she's busy, I'm busy. You know, you've got to cook the food, present it. It's very expensive to do every time. So it's just, I wish I could do them all in 1 week. Financially, I can't do it. I don't think I have the energy to do. I mean, I could probably cook all that for a week, but it would be a lot. It's just probably if I want to be more accurate, probably I'd say end of January.
All right. Well, we'll definitely look for that. I know, Terrence, you're going to be in on that, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sounds like it's a little bit better than having cranberry sauce out of a can.
Yeah, probably. I don't do the cranberry sauce out of a can.
I like
I
the sound.
make my own.
I like the sound it makes. That's about it.
Oh, it's a great sound. That is a true Thanksgiving tradition sound, though. I will agree with you there. You know the dinner's ready to go when you hear the shoo. That's awesome. Well, and speaking of all this Thanksgiving stuff, it's time for the Arctic Blue Keep Your Cool game of the day.
It's time for the Arctic Blue Keep Your Cool game of the day.
The ironic part here is that we have 2 people from Canada doing Thanksgiving trivia that I cooked up today. So, Joe, you should be the favorite on this one.
I'm never the favorite.
Can we make it questions about Canadian Thanksgiving? Then we're drawing a little liver.
Actually, in Quebec, they don't really celebrate
They don't,
it. It's just a
in
day off.
In Quebec, they don't even have Canadian Thanksgiving.
We have it. It's just a day off. It's like, I don't know. It's a day off. Nobody does anything
It's
for
like
it.
Labor Day or Victoria Day or one of those
Exactly.
ones. Yeah.
So we'll be firing some, giving you guys taking turns asking you trivia questions about Thanksgiving. And, of course, this is brought to you by Arctic Blue Cooling Towels. Make sure you go to arcticblu.com and get your cooling towel today. Just wet that thing down. It's going to hold the temperature for up to 5 hours. Actually, I had one hold its temperature for 7.
Really?
One time. I mean, it's a great product. And, you know, if you want it for workouts, you know, if you're in the kitchen or you're banging away on somebody's head like Terrence likes to do, you know, great product to have. So make sure you pick one of those up. 15% off plus free shipping. That's one of your Black Friday gifts right there.
I use it actually when I play hockey. I put one around my neck, and it actually keeps me really cool. Because when you're playing hockey, you sweat a lot, and the Arctic Blue towel really works, keeps you nice and cool.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
So make sure you pick one up for Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever you need. Buy one right now. All right, so we're going to be taking turns asking you guys Thanksgiving trivia questions.
What's the worst performance ever in the history of this game?
Oh,
We
getting
might break it.
every question wrong. Oh, it's been done quite a bit. So
Okay.
so don't sweat it.
There's a big chance I have them all wrong.
I did some good digging here. I think you guys will be all right. So, Joe, I'm going to start with you. We'll just go around. All right, I'll give you guys as many questions as we can sneak in here. Whoever has the most wins, and I do have a prize for the winner. Shockingly, it's an Arctic Blue cooling towel.
All right.
All right, Joe, here's your first question. Let's go with this.
I hope it's multiple choice.
George Herbert Walker Bush started this tradition for Thanksgiving officially in 1989. What was it? Something they do at the White House.
It's funny. I think I actually know this one.
Do you really?
I think I might.
I'm going to pass to Terrence since he
Terrence,
thinks he
do you
knows
know
it.
this?
Is it the pardoning of the turkey?
It is the pardoning of the turkey.
shit,
Correct.
A Canadian outdueling an American.
Oh, so Terrence gets on the board. One for Terrence. There you go.
Pressure's off now, Terrence.
Yeah, I'm not getting shut out. That's all of it. I'm just gonna walk out now. Done. I can't beat that.
Yeah, walk out while
Finishing
you're
on a high.
ahead.
All right. This one's a little tough, Terrence. This is your first official question, but I'm going to lead you on here a little bit.
All right.
As you know, the Plymouth colony was where the Thanksgiving tradition began. The first governor of the Plymouth colony has a last name that is the same as something that you do at the Thanksgiving dinner table. What was his name?
Something you do at the Thanksgiving table. So
a big tradition. And it's not the cranberry sauce can.
Yeah, if it was schloop, that would be great. That would be fantastic. Geez, I mean, what do? You with the turkey? I mean, you carve the turkey, you eat the turkey. I have no idea. Annie, you have any thoughts?
Annie, you can go to that. You want to take a stab at it?
say
You want to
your
take a stab
tanks,
at it?
You eat, you drink, you say your tanks. I don't know.
Joe's dying for a cut of this
jump in
question.
there?
Yeah, Joe.
Would his name be Carver?
Carver is correct.
Oh, that's smart.
That's the last
I thought you had it.
I almost jumped on that.
I was thinking either Grace, and then
I thought it was
Grace
might be
or
Grace,
Carver.
too.
but-
Yeah, believe it or not,
Yeah,
it's
Grace
John,
would have made sense too.
John Carver. How about that? Go figure. That kind of worked out well. I
I'm
guess,
on
for
the board.
everybody. All right, there
Annie,
you
the
go.
pressure's on.
Annie.
An easy one. What does a turkey look like?
How do you spell Thanksgiving?
The first Thanksgiving dinner. There's question whether there was turkey there, but there were some other meats that were served. I officially found a listing that they confirmed 5. Can you name 3 of them that they served at the Thanksgiving dinner?
I would say ham. No.
No. I'll give you another chance though.
Oh man. I don't know. A roast.
A roast of what?
Beef.
No. All right, Joe, I'll get to send it to you.
First of all, I don't think it's fair that you ask a vegan a meat question.
Yeah, that's almost a Canadian vegan is now being asked.
I would say there was sweet potatoes on the table and
a Canadian vegan
squash.
and an American meat festival.
That's good. Gotta make
This
this
is
worse.
about
Joe-
as hard as it gets.
Joe, can you give me 3 possible meat type things they served?
Lamb. Would that work?
No.
No, really.
No.
There's got to be some wild game in here, right? Is there like some like elk or something?
Venison is one.
Okay.
Pheasant.
No pheasant.
No pheasant.
No pheasant.
Boar?
No.
No boar.
Duck.
Duck is one
All
of
right.
them.
Wow, there
Okay.
you go.
So we're getting half points here. Joe, can you pick one more off? Can you pick one off? Something out there that you would have seen up in New England.
Up in New England.
Lobster?
Lobster.
So-
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, nice guess.
That's not a meat. That's a seafood.
Yeah.
That's meat. It's an animal that died and you eat its flesh. It's meat.
They had duck, swan, goose, venison, and lobster.
You don't really-
Swan?
Swan. Can you believe that?
Poor swan.
Poor swan. I agree. I mean, I can't imagine eating a swan. That's no good.
Poor all of them, actually.
Yeah.
This is very
It was
true.
really
Very
yeah, we
true.
only worry about the cute animals, the good-looking animals. That
Joe,
Yes.
of course, Thanksgiving coming up here tomorrow. But in Canada, when do they celebrate Thanksgiving?
Oh, see, you guessed an American.
Yes,
Canadian
I
holiday.
did. I kind of pulled the curveball on that.
I believe it's before our Thanksgiving. I'm going to say
That
it's
is correct.
That is correct. I believe it's sometime in October.
yeah.
Be more precise.
Be more precise.
Yes. Hey, come on, October. I would just be guessing October 16th.
It's usually on a Monday, so it falls on the
Second Monday.
the second. Yeah,
Yeah.
so like a week and a half.
Okay.
Monday.
The second Monday. So
Second
we'll let
Monday.
the Canadians split that point. I'm losing track of where you guys are because you got those third points in there. Terrence, let's do a football question for you.
All right.
All right.
I know you guys have 4 downs. We only have 3 in Canada.
The Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys have the most NFL wins on Thanksgiving Day, and that's obvious because they're usually the ones who've been playing the game for years. But which NFL team is third in wins on Thanksgiving Day?
Man, I'm not a football guy. So Detroit and Dallas are for number 1 and 2?
Yes, that is correct.
So they're both in the central time zone. I'm guessing, like, I have to logic my way through this, so I'm thinking that this is probably a team that's also in that time zone. So, like, Cleveland?
No, but you were on the right track.
Oh, the Bears?
The Bears is correct. Yes.
I said that because that's the only team I know.
The Chicago Bears have 16 wins. Green
I
Bay
thought she
is-
was working off of my hint there, too. She was, like, going down the line, the time zone thing.
That's the only team I know the name
I
of.
thought I was onto something, too.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. All right, Annie. Now, you've watched the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, haven't you? You've seen that big
No.
parade.
I've heard
that
of
they-
it. I haven't seen it.
Okay. But you know they have the big balloons and the cartoon characters.
I don't know. I know that they have a big thing with SeaWorld right now this year, and there's like PETA's doing this big protest.
Okay, fair enough.
Because they're against.
Yeah, are there any animals in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade that get mistreated? Because then Annie would probably know about it.
Yeah. I can tell you that there's a big protest against SeaWorld this year.
Okay, well,
That's
stay,
what I know about.
We'll stay away from that, but we're going to ask this question. The longest running balloon character in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is who?
Mickey Mouse?
No. Good guess, but no. Joe?
Peanuts?
Specifically?
Peanuts and beer? No, I'm the Peanuts carry Snoopy.
Snoopy is
Yes,
correct.
yes.
37 years Snoopy's been in the Macy's Day. They took him out last year and put him back in.
Did they really?
You
I
know
didn't
they
know
took
that.
Snoopy out of the Macy's Day Parade? It's unbelievable.
You know, it's funny that Annie says she's never seen a parade. Now, I lived in New York City for my entire life before I moved to Vegas, and that's exactly where the parade takes place. And I never have gone physically down to the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Day Parade, which is pretty much a crime, actually, because it's. But then I never had kids, so I guess that kind of gives me a pass, because usually you take your kids down to see the floats. But
And it's one of the things when you live there. It's kind of like when you live in Vegas, you don't go to
you
any
stay
strip,
off the
you
strip,
you see,
exactly.
you know,
So,
so-
I get an excuse. There you go.
I go to the Strip. I love going to the Strip.
Do you really?
I do. I'm one of the only Vegas person who loves going to the Strip.
I try to avoid it at all costs.
Oh, that's too
I'm like, why would you live here? You might as well. If you don't want to go on the Strip and you live here, the way I see it is like, this is what Vegas has to offer. And I don't understand people who don't like going. I'm like, well, why don't you live like in Utah or something? You know? Like,
I don't mind going. I just don't want. I don't want to ever drive there. That's the main thing.
that is a pain.
It's not even that bad.
I'll tell you what's interesting. The Strip is interesting. I don't argue with you on that. You need to go down to the Fremont Street Experience.
Oh, it's awesome, yeah.
The characters that walk around there. I mean, there's a bunch of people down there now that are in complete costume. We're earning money by taking pictures with tourists.
My daughter does that.
Does she really?
Yes.
Oh, I hope I didn't say. I hope I didn't.
Don't say anything bad now.
I'm not going to say anything bad, but
What does she dress as?
She like a Vegas showgirl.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've seen her down there then. But it's interesting. I mean, there's characters from any. It's amazing. It's just you need to get down. If you come into town, plan one night, especially at night, down at Fremont Street Experience. It is a trip.
Sounds good.
It's actually fun. I love Fremont.
Yeah,
they changed it. It used to be kind of like so, but now downtown is fun.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, hey, we have to take another commercial break. We're going to come back with Annie, Terrence, and Joe. You know, some more poker stuff going on, but we want to make sure we talked a little bit about Thanksgiving. And hope everybody has a great holiday. We'll be right back.
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at doubledigitcovers.com and call now for today's free winner at 1-855-489-3500. That's 1-855-489-3500. Stop guessing and start winning today at doubledigitcovers.com.
Last summer, I was at the World Series of Poker every day and couldn't walk 2 steps without seeing someone wearing 3Bet clothing. It's super comfortable and stylish, and all their stuff looks amazing. The incredible team of pros who wear 3Bet hats, hoodies, tees, and more are a who's who in poker. All-time greats like Jonathan Little, Doc Sands, Brian Rask, Jason Kuhn, Scott Clements, Greg Mueller, Ben Tollerine, Jeff Gross, and of course, Antonio Esfandiari, all proudly wearing the 3Bet brand. They wear 3Bet clothing because they know that being comfortable and feeling confident is crucial to winning on and off the tables. 3Bet.com has shipped thousands of orders worldwide, and it's time for you to join the 3Bet team just like the pros. Go to the number 3bet.com and receive an added bonus of 15% off with the promo code RADIO. Make that right call. Look and feel like a pro at 3bet.com.
Poker is more fun when you win. Most poker books are too theoretical. They tell you to be more aggressive, but give few practical examples. Poker Plays You Can Use by Doug Hull, edited by Ed Miller, has 49 concepts with multiple, clear examples from real, live 1-2 through 5-10 games. Each hand is visually represented, explaining which players are vulnerable to these moves. Use discount code KLAV at 3barrelbluff.com to get 25% off your copy. Paper and ebook available.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
At Team Poker Joker, we build innovative, high-performance, poker-focused apparel designed to keep you cool and calm in tough situations. Wait, no we don't. We've just got a cool brand representing the suits of this beautiful game called poker. Our gear won't make you better, but it will keep a smile on your face. So don't be so serious and show you know how to have fun. Get your Poker Joker gear today at TeamPokerJoker.com. Grin and win today at TeamPokerJoker.com.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become 1, one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final 9 Comic.
This is the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And we are back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thank you for joining us. I really do appreciate all of you out there listening, whether it's live on your radio dials or on KLAV1230am.com. It's always a blast. And Tim is just, I don't give enough credit to Tim in here. He does an amazing job running the show. Tim, say hi to everybody. I mean, we're on Poker News and everywhere else, and nobody gets to hear you.
Good morning, everybody.
There you go. See, he's excited. And you got Sex and Money coming in here after we're done. You got the AC guys before. It's a fun day for you.
I know. I have a packed day, and it's always a pleasure to see Mark Hoke.
Really?
Sometimes it's a pleasure to see Mark.
Yeah, just tell the truth. It's okay. I don't mind. But you do a great job, and I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving, too. Hope you have a great time.
Thank you very much. You too.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'm going to be cooking. It's going to be a good time.
Are you cooking?
Thanksgiving is my day.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I am a major Thanksgiving cooker. I'm probably going to be getting started about 3 or 4 hours.
And I started last night.
Yeah, I probably should have. But, you got to get that turkey.
How many people are you cooking for?
It's going to be about 9 or 10 of us.
Yeah, about the same for me.
Yeah, so get to slave away at the kitchen. It's going to be fun.
That's fun.
Yeah. Well, Joe, I want to make sure we get to talk real quick about what's going on with Nevada Poker League. How are things going there, and what's happening?
Things are going great, and actually we all leave, not all of us, hopefully, but a lot of us are leaving on Sunday. We're taking the Nevada Poker League's first poker cruise out of L.A. We're going to Cabo and Puerto Vallarta. We have 33 cabins, 66 people. So we're bringing Blad Rodman on as our poker pro, who's going to be giving a seminar and signing books for his book that he wrote called Kill Phil, which is a great book for beginning players and how to play against pros. We all know that pros like to try to outplay you, and they don't like to be put to the test by pushing all their chips in. So, and Blair wrote a book about how to kind of combat guys like Phil Hellmuth and Phil Ivey, and that's how the book called Kill Phil came about. So he's coming on board with us. We're going to be running live cash games and poker tournaments throughout the whole week, so we should have a blast, and we're going to come back with a sunburn.
Nice. Good for you. Good for you. Well, don't make it too bad, though.
No.
They do make suntan lotion. It does prevent those kind of things.
Have you seen? I'm Italian. I don't use any sun lotion.
I know.
Someone like Annie's fair skin, she needs to put some block on, right?
I put 45.
There you go. See?
I look tan because I put bronzer on.
So, Terrence, other than the launch, what's happening with Ultimate Poker right now? I mean, there's some, I was thrilled to see the Omaha finally show up. That made me very, very happy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that was something that people demanded for a long time. So we've got the Omaha bring in. We'll obviously bring in the stud games and all the other games, but we're still focusing on our Hold'em in Omaha product. The products that we have now, we don't want to spread ourselves kind of too thin. We've definitely heard a lot of feature requests for things that we don't have yet, and we definitely want to have. We want to have the wait lists and the time banks and all of this stuff that a lot of savvy internet poker players have come to expect. But we're still working on building the liquidity pool. We give away all money just all the time, both in Nevada and in New Jersey, just trying to get people on the site, trying it out. We're trying to get our presence in the live casinos. As you know, here in Las Vegas, we're affiliated with Station Casinos. We got 16 of those locations, so that's a big player pool to tap into. We just need to find a way to get a lot of those guys playing online and see if they really enjoy the experience, because we can offer a lot of things and a lot of convenience online that you can't offer in the live experience. And sometimes people really love the live experience. There's no substitute for it in certain ways, but a lot of times you just want to get out of bed and not put clothes on and not get in the shower and just want to play some poker.
I just pictured everybody in their underwear.
Yeah, that's the easiest way.
You're
playing in you're playing in your underwear, so is everybody else. Don't lie about it. Everybody does it.
It's all good. One question that a lot of people ask me is, will we start seeing more of an interaction with the website and the station's casinos in terms of prizes, packages, and getting into tournaments maybe at the Red Rock and and some of the other ones, and I know that some other sites give away experiences at their casinos and things like that. Are we going to start seeing more of that soon?
Yeah, we did run the Ultimate Poker Challenge up at Red Rock. You were there. You were a part of that, and we're definitely going to continue to push the interaction between station casinos and our online Ultimate Poker product. Really want to do that. In terms of experiences, we're also pushing our relationship with the UFC, getting the UFC tickets. We had a UFC Hall of Fame game. We gave away some UFC tickets to UFC 167, which was like the hardest ticket in town that weekend. So we're continuing to again, not do everything too big all at once, and we really sort of understanding how this stuff works. Integrating our boarding pass is a big step, and so you can hopefully we can get some boarding pass point integration along with our own integration, so that if you're a valued player at Ultimate Poker, you also become a valuable player, VIP player at Station Casinos, and vice versa. We definitely want to get that stuff because we understand in the locals market that's really valuable.
Yeah, and I want to thank you for having me out at the UFC Hall of Fame poker game. That was an incredible night, and that's something that people don't see when they're when you're looking at what's going on with the online site. That drew so many people into the Red Rock that night. I mean, that place was packed. It was an amazing evening.
Yeah, it was really busy. And I mean, anytime you get in like famous stars like Hoist Gracie and Chuck Liddell and Forrest Griffin, like guys that people love and that they're cheering for, I mean, that's what you want. You want that crossover appeal in poker because, I'm sure, everybody in this room and everybody who's listening to the show, you're a serious poker player, poker, you love the game of poker, but how can we get, a lot of these casual guys, how can we get them really interested in it? And I think that, having the UFC demographic of the people who love the UFC, who love action, who have some disposable income, are the same kind of people we want in the poker community.
Yep, it is a great site. I love playing on there. It's a fantastic place to play, and I tell everybody, there, obviously other sites out there, but Ultimate Poker is a blast. Very well done.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're enjoying yourself.
I am. If I was winning a little more, I'd be doing better, but that's my fault.
Well, we can help. Watch some Jason Somerville videos. He'll talk about how to become a better player.
Or start eating some of Annie's food.
That would help too. Yeah. That would help.
Do both at the same time. It's online poker.
There you go.
Yeah, perfect. Well, we are done for the day. That hour just flies by, doesn't it? But I want to thank all three of you for coming in. Joe Payne from Nevada Poker League, Terrence Chan from Ultimate Poker, and Annie Lepage. Where's the website? Real quick, should we just follow you on Twitter to see what's going on?
Probably yes, because right now I'm kind of in the middle of a bunch of stuff, so nothing is quite finished yet. So I'm obviously going to announce my launch of the book when it's ready on there.
Okay.
I'm working on a website that I'm going to have for everything a little bit later also. And then when I start doing the food again, I'll also start posting on there. So probably the Twitter is the best way.
Okay, it's Annie Lepage on Twitter. So thank you, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And we will see you guys next week. Boy, we're going to run up to Christmas. It's going to be fun. So thanks for joining us on the Mark Hoke Show. We'll see you next time.